The desert highway stretched endlessly under the scorching California sun, the mirage of heat waves blurring the horizon. It was the kind of road where travelers felt the weight of their solitude, miles away from the nearest town. The silence was only broken by the occasional hum of an approaching vehicle, except for one family whose car sat lifeless on the shoulder, a hood raised in desperation. Inside the car, James Carter wiped sweat from his forehead and glanced at his wife, Lisa, who cradled their 2-year-old daughter, Sophie, in the back seat. Their cross-country road trip had come to an unexpected halt, their station wagon refusing to start. A long stretch of bad luck had already soured their journey, missed exits, an overheated engine, and now complete mechanical failure. "Maybe someone will stop soon," Lisa whispered, rocking Sophie gently. But James knew better. This road wasn't exactly known for good Samaritans. Then, as if summoned by fate, the deep rumble of an approaching vehicle filled the air. A vintage black Ford pickup rolled to a stop a few feet ahead of them. The door swung open, and out stepped a tall figure, his silhouette outlined by the sun. The man adjusted his cowboy hat, his sharp eyes scanning the stranded family with an unmistakable air of familiarity. James squinted, disbelief washing over him. "No way. Is that Clint Eastwood?" Lisa gasped, her eyes widening. Indeed, it was. The legendary actor and director, known for his rugged demeanor both on and off screen, had just pulled over in the middle of nowhere. Clint approached with the kind of deliberate, confident stride that made him a Hollywood icon. "Need a hand?" he asked in that gravelly voice that had commanded screens for decades. James, still in shock, stammered, Yeah, our car just died. I think it's the alternator." Clint nodded, peering under the hood with the ease of a man who had seen, and fixed, his fair share of engines. "Looks like you've got a bad belt. That's not something you can fix out here." "Where were you headed?" "San Diego," Lisa answered. "But now, I don't know how we'll get there." Clint rubbed his chin thoughtfully. "Well, lucky for you, I know a guy in the next town. Got a tow truck and a good garage. Hop in, I'll take you there." For a moment, James hesitated. Was this really happening? Was Clint Eastwood, the man who played the man with no name, and Dirty Harry, offering them a ride? But there was no time for doubt. James quickly grabbed their bags while Lisa carefully climbed into the pickup, securing Sophie in her lap. Clint drove with a quiet confidence, his hands steady on the wheel as the sun dipped lower in the sky. As they rode, Clint shared stories from his youth, of his days working blue-collar jobs before Hollywood, of times he had been stranded himself and relied on the kindness of strangers. "You never forget those moments," he said. "Sometimes people just need a break." When they reached the small town, Clint pulled into a garage and stepped out, greeting the mechanic like an old friend. Within minutes, the tow truck was dispatched to retrieve the Carters' vehicle. As James reached for his wallet, Clint simply held up a hand. "Don't worry about it. Just pay it forward when you get the chance." James and Lisa were speechless. This wasn't a movie. This was real life. And Clint Eastwood had just turned their worst day into an unforgettable one. As the family watched the pickup disappear into the sunset, James looked down at Sophie, who had fallen asleep in Lisa's arms. "One day we'll tell her about this, and she'll never believe it."